What's going on, guys? I'm Femitheagent.
And I'm Femitherealtor.
And I'm Braun, your average lender.
And here we are on another episode of Sneakers and Real Estate. Those that follow me, you know that I love sneakers, love real estate as well. Collect sneakers, buy them, wear them, trade them, the ones that I don't like. Today, we're going to be talking about the Jordan 5 Raging Bulls. So if you've been following me or you follow sneakers, you know what's going on. These actually dropped in 2009. They had a Raging Bull pack that dropped. The black suedes and the red suedes dropped in 2009. And Brand Jordan re-released these a couple of months ago to the original specs and color and quality of the ones that dropped in 2009. This is a really, really dope shoe to have in your arsenal. You do have the reflective tongue. I call it silver tongues. Really, really dope shoe. You definitely need a pair of these in your arsenal. The box is also really, really dope. So if you're into sneakers and you love Jordans, then you definitely need a pair of these. You do have number 23 on the side. You have the Jumpman logo on the back, Jumpman logo on the bottom as well. So definitely pick yourself a pair of these if you can. Now we're going to go to my son, who's talking about some real estate.
Hi guys, so I'll be speaking about real estate today. We have Eric here, the mortgage guy, so I'll be asking him a few questions to see how mortgages are in this market. So how are the interest rates right now?
Interest rates remain low and steady. The Fed has made it very, very clear that they're trying to keep rates where they are because they don't want any negative impacts on affordability, right? So they realize they need to keep interest rates where they are to keep monthly payments similar during these times. So my prediction is we're going to see rates in the low threes for the foreseeable future for the next year, maybe year and a half.
What would be the pros of using a local company versus a big company?
That's a good question. Good question, something that I get asked a lot. I think in this market specifically, you want to be working with a local lender because real estate professionals and sellers are going to favor your offers over you working or a buyer that's working with a bigger bank. For instance, let's say a seller has 10 offers on the table, because we all know how crazy it is right now, as you've seen in previous episodes of Sneakers and Real Estate. If there's 10 offers on the table and 9 of them are with the bigger banks that are known for taking longer, killing deals, and not having the best processes in place.
Or being conservative.
Right, or being super conservative. And then one of them is working with a local lender that the real estate professionals know and trust and is reputable. They're most likely going to lean towards that offer over the other 9. On top of that, local lenders, or I can speak for myself anyway, we're going to have a better customer experience. We're going to be there 7 days a week for you, answer all your questions. You're dealing with somebody this is all we do. Whereas at other bigger banks or bigger banks in general, a lot of the time you're dealing with order takers and people that aren't extremely well versed in the mortgage process or guidelines. And that's just the truth. And that's not throwing any shade on any particular company.
That's not what we're here to do. So
both sides of things. Yeah.
So what would be like the first step into getting into
buying a house?
Yeah.
So first step into buying a house is to get pre-approved, right? And any real estate professional that's worth their salt is going to tell you that. I always like to explain why the pre-approval is the first step, just so you can get a good idea of what we're trying to accomplish. Number one, you want to know that you qualify for a loan before you look at houses. Very obvious. Number two, not only do you need to know that you qualify, but everybody that's involved in the process needs to know that you qualify as well. Especially a seller, when you go to make an offer or schedule a showing, they're going to want to see that pre-approval. And then number three, this is something that I focus on, especially with first-time home buyers, is you want to know financially what it looks like to buy a house. You want to know what monthly payments come out to. You want to know how much cash you're going to need. You want to know different options with your loan before you go look at houses. So not only is it required by, to put in offers and to schedule showings sometimes, but you also just want to know this stuff so that you can actually shop with your finances in mind. So the first step is to get pre-approved. You can contact me directly. We're going to spend 10-15 minutes on the phone. I'm going to review your documents and take another 10-15 minutes out of your day to go through all the important information. So it's very easy, nothing that takes weeks or much hard work to do. So getting pre-approved is the first step.
So just like Eric said, getting pre-approved is, definitely the first step that you need to get done. The way that the market is right now, with everything that's gone on since COVID, for you to even set up an appointment to take a look at a house, the agents need a copy of the pre-approval. They also need the COVID disclosure. So, for that reason, just like Eric said, it's really important to get pre-approved for a mortgage. And then also, you don't want to go look at a house, fall in love with it, then come to find out that the payment is more than what you're looking to, what you're looking to spend every month. So always getting pre-approved, especially if you're someone who is living with your parents and you've never paid any bills before in your life. You need to have an idea of, just like Eric said, how much money you're going to need for your down payment, how much money you're going to need for the closing costs, how much money you're going to need for reserves, so that you have an idea of what your game plan is going to be, how you're going to put everything together.
Otherwise, you're working backwards, right? So you can go look at houses. Nobody's really going to stop. You can look at houses online. You could maybe go see houses if the seller allows it, which most of the time, as Femi said, right now, especially, they want to see a pre-approval. But if you don't know what you're stepping into, why even go do that, right? So it's like you said, especially for somebody this is their first time. It's not like you've bought a house before. It's not like
and know the process.
It's not like you know the process, what goes into your monthly payment,
right,
what affects your monthly payment.
Right.
So having a 15-20 minute conversation with me or somebody who's good at what they do is going to just separate you from having a smooth process from a not so smooth process. I think it's very, very important to do right now.
And you guys know that, the way that we do things, myself and my son, as the group, we always like to get the pre-approval done. We always like to have control of our deals. We always like, when we're putting offers in, everybody knows that we've already gotten all, the hard part out of the way. So, once it comes to actually looking at the houses, we already have all the paperwork done. There's nothing that holds us back from being able to make an offer.
And that's especially in this market when you need to move fast.
Right.
As we keep mentioning, right? When you need to move fast, you want to have clarity on what numbers look like. So what I find is having the pre-approval done, and not only having the pre-approval done, but also spending time to go through options, allows the client to make faster, more educated decisions
and informed decisions, like you said.
Instead of finding the house, like you said,
right,
falling in love with it, and then having to go through numbers for 2-3 days and work through it in your head. You know your numbers already, and you already have the document that shows everybody you're qualified.
You have a number to work off of.
Exactly.
And then usually what I see too is when you do it backwards and you find a house, you fall in love with it, you go to look at it. Now, if you're going to go get the pre-approval done to try to come back for that house, the house is gone.
Yeah.
The market right now is so hot that houses are going within a matter of 24 hours, sometimes even 48 hours. So when you have the pre-approval, you have everything done, it separates you, just like Eric said, and there's nothing that holds you back from being able to make an offer on the spot.
Gotcha.
Because if you want to take the time to go home and sleep on it, think about it, and then try to come back to make an offer, like I said, 9 times out of 10, that house is going to be gone. And we see it happen all the time. Like I said, I had a colleague of mine who did an open house last weekend, and they got 66 offers on the house. So guys, please understand, when we keep trying to tell you, getting pre-approved is really, really crucial. And it's not the same as how it used to be years ago, where you had to gather your documents, make an appointment to go into one of, the bigger banks, the Chases, the Cities, the Wells, to go have a conversation with somebody. The way that everything is now, everybody being on the move and being on the go, it's very easy for me to plug you in with my guy, Eric. He can have a conversation with you over the phone, give you an idea of what to expect. Whatever documents that you need to send over to him, you can email or fax the documents in. He can let you know, where you stand as far as where your payments are going to be, and we can get everything done pretty much the same day. And we do everything now so seamless that it just makes it puts us ahead of the game. So once we see something, there's nothing that stops us from being able to make an offer. If you need to reach me, 917-337-3727. You can reach out to my son
on Instagram, Femi the Realtor, or my number is 516-662-6824.
And you can reach out to my guy Eric at
It's at Not Your Average Lender on Instagram, and my phone number is 516-265-4244.
Okay, if you guys have any other questions, reach out to us. We're always here to help. If you're looking to sell a house, definitely give myself and my son a call. If you're behind in your mortgage and you're not sure who to turn to, give me a call. I can help you put a plan together, whether we have to do a short sale or, I can speak to the bank on your behalf and see if we can help you negotiate it. But we're definitely here to help. You guys have a great day and stay safe.